Today, I will show you how to disassemble and reassemble the Pardini GT. This method can be used for all GT and PC series pistols. I have a dual-tone GT45 6-inch with steel grip panels. To begin, make sure that the magazine is out and the chamber is empty. First, push out the slide lock key. Once you push it in, rotate the slide lock. You will need to rotate it 270 degrees so that it points downward. Now, you can push the slide assembly forward. Next, you will need to remove the trigger assembly. You will need to push out the slide lock key. The easiest way to do this is if you rotate it and pull, as shown. Make sure to hold the trigger assembly in place to prevent it from moving. Next, you will need to push out the slide release. From the inside of the frame, push out by pushing this extension. Push the slide release out while holding the trigger assembly. This is the view of the removal from the front. Push and pull. Now, lift the front of the assembly and pull it forward. This allows you to slide the disconnector out. This is the GT45 frame. The slide release, the slide locking key, and the assembled trigger. Now, it's time to disassemble the barrel. First, remove the guide rod by pushing forward and pulling back. Then, to remove the barrel, push down and pull out. You have the slide, the barrel, the recoil spring, and the guide rod. Now you have easy access to all the internal areas of the slide. To reassemble, put the front of the barrel in first and push down to lock it in place. Check the top of the slide to ensure the barrel is locked. Then, insert the guide rod into the recoil spring. Push it forward and then down so you can lock the spring assembly into position. The slide is now reassembled. Next is the frame. When the trigger assembly is removed, you have access to the trigger screws. An important part when putting the assembly back, make sure that the disconnector goes into position first. To do so, push it all the way to the right side of the magwell and insert it into position. Then push the trigger assembly down and forward to make sure it gets into position. Ensure that both the lock key and slide release holes are lined up. To begin, get the slide release key and push it into place, as shown. It will click into position once it is all the way in. Ensure that it is flush with the frame and moves freely. To put the slide lock back in, use the relief shown. Make sure it's oriented downwards. This is used to push the spring down. The spring serves as a lock for the key. Insert the locking key oriented downwards. Then, spin it around and push in to make the key go through the trigger assembly. The relief is used to push the spring down. Once the key gets past the spring, it is easy to push through. Keep the locking key in the position shown. This will allow you to reattach the slide assembly. Hold the slide cocked in order to re-engage the slide lock. Now the gun is assembled. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, email us at info@pardiniguns.com.